Welcome everyone, I'm software engineer at Microsoft and today we are solving the medium question called reverse words in a string. Basically we are given a string with the words and empty spaces. Our task is to reverse the words and remove all unnecessary spaces, so the words should be split only by one empty space. In this example you can see that world should be the first and hello is the second, since the order is reversed and these empty spaces are not in the output. Same thing here, just reverse order in the words. Okay, so the first naive solution that you can come up with is basically the following. We can traverse the whole string, skip all the empty characters like this, accumulate the words array, and then just reverse this array and put the spaces between the words. That's basically it. Let's run this algorithm visually. We can start our index at 0. And we are skipping all empty characters until we meet non-space character. So 0 first we skip. Then we are on second, we see that we have word hello. And we are accumulating the characters of this word until we meet another empty character. Okay, at the moment we meet empty character, we know for sure that we collected the whole word and we can put it to our words array. Then we keep doing the same thing, so this character is empty, we skip it, and again we meet the non-space character, we're accumulating the word. Okay, again this is another space character after the word. We know for sure that this is the single word we just collected and we put it to the array. Now I keep going with our algo. These are two empty characters, we just skip them and this is end of the array. We are done. Now this words array we will just use JavaScript function called join, which would put empty characters between the array items. But before that we should reverse this array. Let's implement this algorithm. Let's analyze time complexity. We are visiting each index in string s only once. However, it's tricky because you can see the two nested while, and you can come up with the conclusion that this is big O n times n, so power of 2. But actually it's not, because we are pushing index always forward and we never meet it again. So each index is visited only once. In worst case, this for loop also gives us n, but 2 times n anyway is equal to n in big O notation. Regarding the space complexity, it's O n because we are accumulating words. And let's just not take into considerations this string converting, because we are converting array of characters to string and vice versa a lot of times, and we can actually optimize to not do it if we are working only with array of characters all the time. In JS, strings are immutable, so whenever you mutate the string, it creates another string, which is new space allocation, and O of n just to copy character array to new character array. Actually, this problem also has follow-up. In case our language supports string mutation, which JS doesn't support, but we can emulate it by just converting it to array of characters. And the follow-up asks us, can we solve this with O of 1 extra space, so with the constant space? Let's think about it a bit. So let's break the problem with empty spaces and problem with reversing the words into two different problems. Let's assume we don't need to reverse the words, and let's assume we have the simple case that the words are just single characters, which is still the word. How we can skip all the empty characters and just put ABC divided with one space? In this case we just need two indexes. One index would be writing index. This index will be used only to overwriting the initial string, and second index would be used for traversing the string and skipping the empty characters. So we start our write index at the beginning and we move our reading index forward until we meet character. So we're skipping all spaces. Now when we meet non-space character, we are writing it using our right index and move right index after the right. So what we are doing basically is this one. Then we keep moving our index forward until we meet another character. Now we are at index 6, we again meet non-empty character. We are moving it to our current right index and increment right index again. Keep moving our read index, another character C, we are writing it at our right index, it overwrites the A. And that's it. We traverse all the array, we know that our right index is at 2, so we know whatever is after the second index, it does not matter, we don't care about it at all. And now having this index, we can do our, and now having this array, we can do our join using JS function join and add empty spaces between the characters or between the strings in this case. That's cool, but we still have another problem, which is reversing these words. So to reverse the string, we can use basic swap algorithm to do it in place with the same string. For that, we can just start with 2 indexes and move them to meet each other, meanwhile swapping the characters between each other. So we're starting left index on 0 and right index on 9, and we keep swapping until this index meet each other. Once we're done with reversing, we can do the algorithm we explained before to remove empty characters, which will give us CBA string. On the real example, we can see that when word length is more than 1 character, it doesn't really work, because if we swap them, if we swap the whole string, we will have words reordered as well. So what we should do the next is just to reverse these words themselves and not touch anything else. So our final algorithm will be basically a mix of multiple algorithms. First one with this writing index to skip empty spaces straight away, and second one with swapping the already reversed word back to the normal state. So step 1, we reverse the whole string, then we introduce 3 indexes, I, which is just traversing index, L, which is left index, and right, which is right index. Left and right indexes are used to reverse the word. I is used to skip non-empty characters and traverse the whole string. So we are starting and we are skipping all spaces. Once we meet the character, we are using right index as right index to write at the current position. And we are writing all characters that we meet with I. And increase right index meanwhile. Now when we met again space character, we know that the sequence of numbers between L and R-1 is our word that we should reverse basically. So we're applying a reverse algorithm for this sequence. And here we are. We have our first word. We are putting 1 empty space on the right index at the moment, because we need empty spaces to be between the words. And we move our L index forward. Now we just repeat the same steps. Now when we meet empty space again, we know that between L and R we have our word and we can just reverse it. Good, this is big success. Now we again put empty character right after the word. And this way we know that our complete string will be starting from 0 index to R index. The only thing we should do right now is to remove this empty character in the end. This is our resulting string. So first we introduce our reverse array, which would be just swapping characters starting from start index up until end index. We will use it to reverse the initial string and then to reverse single words. We also moving from the string to array of characters to do in place mutation. Now let's analyze the complexity. This split and join function, let's just not consider them. Let's assume we are given the array of characters straight away. Now reverse function takes O(1) time complexity and constant space complexity because we are doing it in place in the array. This iteration is still O(1) time complexity, but space complexity is still constant time because we don't allocate any new memory. So we're reversing here, this is O(1) plus this iteration O(1), and worst case we are reversing everything, so this is also kind of O(1), and we can simplify it with big O of n. For space complexity is constant because we don't allocate any arrays except this manipulation with string, but this is a drawback of the JavaScript as a language. Okay, that was it. Thank you for your time, and don't forget to subscribe to Telegram and Instagram. I keep people there updated about the stream schedule. Sometimes we are streaming LeetCode, system design, preparation for interviews. Have a nice day. Bye bye.